Are you interested in investing your money but maybe don't know exactly how to start? Even more important, you don't know when to start. If you are interested in investing, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I will go over the 6 main steps to cover before getting into any type of investments. This video is part of a series dedicated to people getting into investing and starting their journey towards financial freedom. Hi, my name is Vedo and I'm here to help you better understand the wealth game and become part of the wealth game nation. As the name itself says, it's just a game that the wealthy play, and the sooner you realize it's just a game, the sooner you can learn the rules of the game and take part in the game. On this channel, I cover everything related to personal finance, investing in the stock market, cryptocurrencies, real estate, and everything related to the game. So let the games begin. Notice how in the beginning of the video I just said investing. I did not specify investing into what. This was on purpose. Investing does not necessarily have to mean the stock market. It can be into anything. You can invest into many different asset classes, or you can invest even in yourself. I will go over the topic of different investments and how to choose the best investment for you in a separate video that will be coming very soon, so stay tuned. Also, before you continue watching, you should be aware that I do not dabble in the get-rich-quick schemes. There are enough of gurus out there who do that, so if that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. As you can deduce from the statement just now, in my opinion, there is no such thing as getting rich quick. That is a broad stroke statement by me, and even though there are some examples where people have hit lightning in the bottle, those stories usually end up the same way they have started. They lose it all because they do not understand how money works and wealth in general. I prefer my wealth to come slowly, to enjoy the process and learn every step of the way. This way, once I'm wealthy, I do not have to worry how to preserve my wealth and how to make it generational, because at that point it will become like second nature. Now that we have established that the getting wealthy process will take some time, we can start with the process itself. So, no matter into what you want to invest, there are 6 main steps you need to take before getting into any types of investment. Step number 1, evaluate your own household budget. This means that you need to understand your own finances. And how do you do this? You evaluate your income and outcome over a period of time. If you don't know how to do this, coincidentally, I have created a video explaining the best money management system called the JAR system, and the link to that video is in the description below. In that video, you will also find links to 2 of my very own extensive Excel sheets that you can download, modify, and use it however you see fit. Step number 2, get rid of high interest debt. This applies to any personal loans, credit card debt, car loans, or anything with a high interest rate. There is no point in getting into any investing and having high interest debt. For example, if you have a credit card and the interest rate on that credit card debt is 20%, it would be absolute bonkers to even consider investing at that moment. This would mean that you would need to make 20% return on your investment just to break even with your credit card interest rate. For those who do not know, the average return of the S&P 500 is 9.8% APY. So pretty much you would need to be a fortune teller or freaking Warren Buffett to make those kinds of returns. Not even Warren Buffett makes those kinds of returns regularly, but you get the point. Also, in my personal opinion, a home loan does not fall into this category, as the interest rates for home loans are much cheaper, at least where I live. Step number 3, have a cash emergency fund. This is standby money that you should keep in case something drastically changes in your life, like losing your job for an example. In such an event, you will have an emergency fund to tap into until you find a new job. Usually, 6 months of average monthly expenses will be enough for an emergency fund, and if you did the exercise in step 1, and from my other video called the JAR system, you will know exactly how much money that is for you. Depending on your comfort levels, you can reduce the fund to 3 months in case you like to live dangerously, or even increase it to 9 or 12 months in case you are a wimp. An option for the emergency fund is put this money into a savings account, but personally, this is something that I wouldn't do, as this is not in line with my personal beliefs. Step number 4, set your investment goals. Here you need to define what do you want to achieve. You shouldn't just go invest into something and see what shakes out. Majority of the time, this approach does not end well. You'll need to define a concrete goal or even multiple goals. It can be a number that you want to achieve, it can be anything. It can be money to pay for kids' college, retirement fund, wedding fund, monthly dividend, whatever. If you find value in this video, I kindly ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. This helps me a lot when you guys do it, and it does not cost you anything. In return, I will do my best to help you become more financially literate much faster than I did. By sharing my insights, my journey, and teaching you the rules of the game that the wealthy play, you will be able to take part in the game in no time. Step number 5. Define an investment strategy. This is a big one. Now that we have established what do you want to achieve, you need to plan on how to achieve your investment goals. I know nobody wants to hear this, and everybody is looking for a short and simple answer into what should they invest and how should they invest, but unfortunately this is not the case here. Investing is very personal because we are all different from each other and we are all in different situations and stages in life. Your investment strategy should take into consideration things like your time horizon, meaning how long do you want to invest for, or when do you plan to start spending the money you invested. What is your personal risk tolerance? This is is easier said than done, because when the times get tough, and they do get tough from time to time, and your investments start losing on paper value, people easily get paper hand. For those who are not familiar with the term paper hands, those are people who easily panic, who let their emotions guide them and sell their investment when they are down. Opposite to paper hands are diamond hands. Those are people who can stay rational, stay the course, keep their goals in mind, and don't panic when their investments go down. You also need to consider how much money you can afford or how much money you want to invest. With less money, certain investments make more sense, which not make sense if you have a lot of money. This is also a concept that you will need to understand, and I will cover this in a video later. For now, suffice to say that copying portfolios and trade moves from Warren Buffett will not be as fruitful to the average person as one would think. This is because Warren Buffett's main objective is preserve wealth of his investors, and only after that his objective is to make money. Because of this, Warren Buffett does not need to make risky moves. Even a 5% return is more than enough of a return if you have invested millions, not to mention billions. How much time do you want to spend on your investment? Active investing is time consuming, and this should be also a factor when you create your own investment strategy. What are the things that you want to invest in? Is it stocks? Is it ETFs? Is it hedge funds, cryptocurrencies, real estate, bonds, commodities? So many different options. I would recommend a mixture of a few of these things, but definitely not all of them. The things you choose to invest in should be the things that you know something about, and even more importantly, things that you're interested in. Naturally, your investment goals will change over time, so keep in mind that you should revisit this topic every once in a while to make sure that your investment goals are still the same. If they have changed, then subsequently you should also change your investment strategy to be again in line with your goals. The sixth and the final step is get advice from somebody who's already investing. Probably somebody in your family or circle of friends is investing into something. If possible, join a community that invests in things that you are interested in. Talk to all of them, but be very critical when evaluating their strategy, and under any circumstance should you copy them. Collect all the inputs from their strategy and create your own strategy. If you're still unsure after that, then I give up. I cannot help. At this point, you should seek one of those gurus I have mentioned before who specialized in the mystic arts of buying the dip, or this stock is going to 100x next month. All jokes aside, if you're still unsure, you should talk to a professional. Now, you tell me, what are your investment plans? What is your investment strategy? And how is that working out for you so far? Leave me a comment below, as I'm really curious to hear from you. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next game. Hey you guys, how you doing today? That did not sound nor feel right. Let's not do that ever again.